Episode 579.
You sure?
Yes, of the Working Class Bowhunter podcast.
We're still here.
If that's wrong, I'll give somebody a shirt and a high five. Figure out how to get it.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. Episode 579. Kurt Geyer here.
Eric Hammond.
Doug Schmidt.
Austin Chandler.
And our guest of the hour, Mr. Killer wherever he goes, it seems like, Mr. Eric
Schemmel.
Schemmel.
Yep.
I forgot how to say it already.
That's all right. It's bombed a lot.
It's all right, though. We all our names get murdered. But
That's fine.
Hey, thanks for coming to the studio.
Absolutely. No, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for making the drive. We met you at the Wisconsin Dells show.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin
A couple
Dells.
years ago.
Yeah. So you came in this year, and I'm like, why don't you come down and let's do a podcast?
Absolutely.
So we're now scheduled that from, well, it's been several weeks. But
Right. That's all right.
So, yeah, thanks for coming down, man.
No problem. Yeah, thanks for having
We're kind of making you sit around while we read ads and do other podcast stuff. But
Do all the
me.
bullshit.
Hey, I'm here for it.
we at least gave you beer.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
beer's free.
You brought us cheese. We
Yeah.
gave you beer.
Hey, got to bring it from
That's a
Wisconsin.
good trade.
Right?
A lot of Wisconsin guys in the studio this year.
There is, yeah.
To calculate them up.
Always bringing cheese and bourbon. I love it.
Cheese,
You guys
bourbon, and beer.
Earn your way back pretty easily.
Right.
Well, dude, we're going to get to you.
November, first week November. Everybody seems to have a tendency to take a week for the rut,
Yeah.
right? And then some days your day of the rut is 75, 80 fucking degrees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last
know,
couple of
with
years it
happens
has
every
been.
year.
With a
It's been
30 mile per
flip-flop.
hour wind, right?
Yeah.
So if you have the opportunity, I suggest taking those 5 days and you break it up over the season.
That's
So-
probably smarter. You kind of like, you get your variety.
Yeah. So that buck, the last, I want to say 4 or 5 bucks I've killed, all clear that 145 ballpark.
Yeah.
They're all over 4 years old, and I've killed them on the first or second sit.
Yeah, that's the way to
But
do it. That's efficient, man.
That's a cold front. That's
Pull that mic in towards you just a little bit, man.
So that's 15 degrees.
Swing.
I'd say 15 degree swing going cold. So whether it's a north wind, west wind, east wind, you got to have your stand set so you know where to go.
Yeah.
So I'm actually hunting the bottom on this buck here, and I got a pond out in front of me. Pond's maybe 60, 70 yards out, and this buck came down to the pond.
You're kind of like
100%.
peeking up.
So I'm walking to where that deer would be, and then I'm kind of bending over a little bit, kind of looking left and right, like, all right, this is going to work.
You're
So-
hanging for your pocket. where you
yeah,
kinda pop.
yeah. I want a couple pockets where I can shoot those lanes. So it doesn't look very well from the ground, but when you get in that tree and you're shooting out, I mean, you can move 6 inches left or right, and you're gonna have a window.
Yeah.
And you can be.
I
able to
bet
make it
you
happen.
never get caught drawing your bow.
I never get caught.
Yeah.
So I've been caught one time, and that was when I was a kid, when I was young.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone's had that feeling like you hang and hunt, and you're like, I got to clear some shit. You get going there, you're like, fuck. And
I
you're
cut way
you're
too
up there,
much.
you're up there like that car inflatable thing.
Yeah,
right.
at the car wash.
it's not so much that, but when I'm killing these bucks in October, there's leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
Come the first week in November, you get a couple cold fronts. There's no leaves anymore. You're fucking naked.
Dude,
over there.
You're out there with your fucking dick in the wind.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to a stand. I did this with it because every October I'd get in, and every like where I saw it, it's all overgrown in the way. But what I'm gonna do, I need it done anyway. It was always kind of open, but when the leaves are off, it's bad. Novix makes the Camoflex.
I did see that.
And it's artificial branches. I got some in there now, but when I would put it in there, when the leaves came off, it was so cold. I was trying to zip tie it to the platform, and my zip ties were getting brittle because the cold.
Because it's so cold
And it
out.
was just snapping. So I'm gonna go back in. You know what Menards, they have them like rubberized wire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna get a bunch of that, and I'm gonna get in and really just take my time and
Sure.
make my own brushed in. So it'll be like brushed into me, but when I stand to draw, it'll be like under.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's
It was almost like it was meat, but it was like a 3-day-old salmon that was washed up on shore or something like that. Just terrible. Or like a carp that's laying on the fucking shore.
Yep.
it smelled like that.
Yeah, and you could get that. You got the aftertaste too. Like it wouldn't taste like that right away, but a couple minutes go by and it kind of dries in your mouth.
Almost
tastes
like you
like
shouldn't be
shit.
eating it.
You shouldn't be eating it. No, I don't recommend it to many
So
people.
don't eat grizzlies.
Don't eat grizzlies. No.
So what did you mount your grizzly?
Yeah, I got a full body mount.
Hell yeah.
So I got a full body mount of it. Pretty much coming up on a log, turning to the right. And
Cool.
then,
Oh yeah, when you were walking out, you saw.
Oh yeah. So when we were walking out, we got it all packed up, cleaned out, and everything. And the bear went. It was like 8'1", so it was just over that 8-foot mark.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a great bear.
Oh.
Yeah, I would say it's a big
100%.
bear. I don't know
happy with it.
grizzlies.
Yeah. So we get them on the pack, everything else. We're hiking out, And as we're getting out, we just get up to the peak so we can walk the peak up, cut over. And the guy turns around and says something to me, and his eyes just get fucking huge. And I look at him, and I turn around slow because he didn't say a word. And at about 150 yards behind us, there's like about a 9.5 foot grizz. Just a absolute stud.
Just a specimen of a bear.
Oh my God. You know, we're just glad the wind was kind of coming up over the mountain across us. I mean, because he was kind of paralleling us the whole time, but we don't know if he smelled the carcass and stuff like that. And he was coming for that. I see the decoys, like head, shoulder, and back a little bit. It was just a cow decoy.
Like a Montana fold up.
Yeah, just a pop up quick decoy, you know. I look back, I still see the decoy. I look over here, and then I can see that bull walking, you know, kind of like what I would relate to like a turkey would. Yeah. You know how they kind of calm and then they start skirting out where they're like, all right, come with me kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I range find where that tree was, the pine tree that he was stopped behind. And it was 60 yards. The side of the mountain was 72. So I roll my pin to like 64 yards. And he steps out. And as he steps out, I come to full draw and I stand up. And he turns to start going up the mountain. I let the arrow go. And I thought I caught him a little high. But he turned, he fucking burned, and he ran, you know, and he ran, I don't know, right at the base of the mountain, pretty much straight down. But the only thing that we could think of is since we bumped that herd, that all the cows and everything got mixed up. So now this bull is probably looking to get all of his cows back in one.
Trying to herd them up.
Right. So having that cow decoy it saved our ass. I mean, that's the reason I probably killed that bull.
For sure.
You know, so having everything mixed up and stuff.
Did your buddy see you shoot the elk? They saw it?
He did not see it. No, he's like, I didn't want to pick my head up. I didn't know what the fuck you were doing, and I didn't want to ruin it for you, you know?
Yeah.
Well, so Tyler handed the decoy to Kyle, and Tyler took off back down the trail because the satellite bull was up high, and he probably seen me crawling, so the satellite bull took off that way. So Tyler goes around looking for him. Anyways, across the creek, he pops out, hit him high, and he only ran about 100 yards piled up in some fucking brush.
Wow. So did you find him that night?
Yeah, we found him right away. So
Were you freaking?
we walked up. Yeah, we walked up to the arrow, and I shoot a 4-fletched white. So I got rid of my luminox, everything else. I feel like the 4-fletched white it's bright enough for me to see everything else. That arrow is just painted fucking red. And as soon as we seen the arrow, it's like fucking game on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I feel a lot better about this. So we start walking, and most of it was rock, and it's hard to see blood on rock.
Yeah.
You know, so we're going through the rock and stuff like that, and I look up, and I see it's one of the legs fucking up on a branch. You know, then I look over, and I can see the fucking... the third on the one side is almost 22 inches.
Yeah, look at that.
That's crazy.
Fucker.
Yeah.
Did you measure him?
I did get him measured at that big buck party they have, and he went 336.
Damn, dude.
That's a hell of a bull.
Yeah.
Experience you could have in 5 days,
Yep.
and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
Yeah, it's hunting, you know, and that's what keeps you coming back.
It's hunting.
Yeah.
You know, if it was easy, you wouldn't want to do it.
It's hunting. It's hunting. Oh, we'll get one.
But
I did get one, but I got to go with a bow.
yeah, we you know, in 5 days we had a dead mule deer, and we had I think Kyle's bull went about that 280 mark.
Hell yeah, dude.
270,
Dude, that's a
280.
record week, man.
So we in 5 days we had 2 bulls in the back of the trailer and a
Midwest
fucking mule
boys
deer. You
showing
know,
up.
we were getting fucked up.
Fucked up.
We're fired up back for them hot wings.
I was gonna say, a bunch of-
and we did.
A
Yeah.
bunch of Wisconsin boys, they gotta get drunk in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Take me with you next time.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a beautiful bull, man. That is
Yeah.
a beautiful
Thank
bull.
you. Yeah, I was lucky. I'd be lucky to shoot another one in a lifetime on public land like that.
I mean, you
know?
did it. You
And
did
that's
it,
your
though.
first bull, right?
That's the first bull, yeah. First bull,
First-
first elk hunt, first everything.
Dude.
Yeah, it's
You guys fucking went to work, boy. That's
Yeah.
impressive stuff.
And we did have shots on one was a little bit smaller bull, a cow and stuff like that.